My watch is 5 o'clock.
It is.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, let's see. Welcome, everybody. We have an executive session from 5 to 5:30. So the meeting, that part of the meeting is closed to the public. It is to consider the selection of a site or the acquisition of real estate by lease or purchase when public knowledge regarding such consideration will cause a likelihood of increased price. No decision will be made. We plan to be back and call to order at 5:30. And a full quorum. Approval of agenda?
I don't know. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Okay. Public comments. This is to address any issue not on the agenda, up to 30 minutes total, 3 minutes per person. Do we have anybody who would like to make a comment?
I'm Jane Dolling. Probably you've read my letters to the editor about, I'm kind of like Martin Luther King, I have a dream. That we could have a county-wide county library district that would be supported by every resident and every parcel of property in the county of Walla, including College Place for the first time ever. I know that there's people out there that are supportive of it, but it would take a vote of the people.
Right.
And because of the success of the rural library district, the county-wide library district would probably look a lot like what you're operating on now. And of course, the city of Walla would also be no longer a city library. They would be a county library, just like everybody else in the county. Waitsburg, Prescott, every parcel, every resident would be part of the district. It will take, I've been working with Maureen Walsh, and it would take pilot project permission to write a pilot project to do this. And there are other counties in the United States that are a county library district. There's no municipal about it. It's all within the county. If you're in the county, you're in the county. That's it. And I think that with everybody contributing it, and of course you could go, if you're a resident, you can go to any library, but with that many people, everybody contributing it, the cost per person would go down too. And this new rural library that you're thinking about building, would it be able to encompass all the materials from the Walla Public Library?
Not unless we made it bigger.
Yeah, it'd have to be bigger. Would it be doable to make it bigger somewhere down the road? Because to establish a county library district is not something that's going to happen easily or overnight, because people are going to have to be more educated as to the fundamental benefits of libraries, because it's not just an educational thing, and it's not a private entertainment thing, it's an economic, there's all of these areas that libraries support, and without a library we would be in trouble, because we'd lose our history. We'd lose a lot. So it's a matter of educating the public and then putting it to a vote of the people, because that's how come we have a rural library district, because people voted for it.
Sure.
And I think county residents, get them educated and get it on a ballot, I think people would probably vote for it. And Walla residents are concerned that they would have an added tax, and they really wouldn't. It would be a diversion of the part of the taxes that they currently pay.
You have city council to agree to that.
Yeah, and the municipal rules are that municipal libraries don't have a separate tax base. They come out of the general fund, which is, at the whims and the needs and the whatever of the city council. So,
Thank you, Jean.
is there support from this group of this idea? I've never talked to you before about it.
May I say something?
Sure.
Jean, we've talked a number of times in the past, and it's been
Right.
really great. And you've brought up some very interesting ideas and so on. But the best thing for you to do is come talk to me, and I can explain what the law can do and what it can't do, and what options the public has to
That's
achieve
why I
this goal.
said that it would take permission from the legislature to
Well-
establish a pilot project.
If that were the way it went, but there are a number of other ways to achieve similar goals. So why don't you just come on in, give me a call, and
Okay.
come on and we'll just spend a little bit of time together and talk about it.
I-
Because we've had really good conversations.
Yeah,
before.
and I talked to Ruth Metz about it, and
Right.
Maureen says that it really does need to be a legislatively
Yeah.
ruled.
Well, I
pilot
would
project.
love to have you come in, we can sit
Okay.
down. Okay,
Good.
thanks,
I'll do that.
Jean.
Thank you. Is there anybody else? Okay. We need approval of the minutes. We have two,
On the board minutes for October 15th, the footer says September.
Yeah,
It's just because you used the same template.
yeah, I caught
I
that
had
after we
I
sent
had it
it.
happen to me before, so that's how come I noticed.
I'll fix that.
so we need board minutes.
Otherwise, I move that the October 15th board meeting minutes be approved as written.
Second.
Okay, also we had the budget work session for October 29th. Could I have those approved and then motion and then we'll approve them both together?
I move that they be approved too.
Second.
Okay?
I believe the template says October.
Okay. So, motion's been made and seconded to approve the board meeting of October 15th with the date correction and to approve the budget work session of October 29th, and everything was okay on that. So motion's made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same? Okay. Thank you.
Print them, we'll read them.
Financial report, expenditure status report.
It's the green sheet. Is it the green sheet?
Two green sheets.
Two greens, oh, there's two greens. Yeah. Josh did the other ones for me. He didn't know I'd already done green.
Do you have any extra packets?
I don't have extra packets. I did 8 of them, and there might be an extra one of these. But, oh yeah, here you go. Here.
That's the vouchers.
Oh, is that the vouchers?
That's just the bills.
Oh,
Which sheets are you looking for, Jack?
I was looking for packets.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
no. I did 8.
Well, there should be one floating around.
Is it under here?
5, 6, 7.
I did 8 so that you could have one out there. I wonder if it's the one that's right here. I'll bet it is. Here you go, Jackie.
Well, as long as you have one.
Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. Well, I actually have, I think I have it, but I'll look on the computer. So anyway, this is just you don't need it, huh? Thank you. This is the expenditure thing today that comes out from Susan Dombrowski at the auditor's office. It has our expenditures for the month and then the year-to-date expenditures. It is on this that I built the budget documents that you will be seeing. I picked up not only the expenditures for October, but then I also picked up the expenditures for November from this, so that I could present to you the budget resolution and the end-of-year budget projection, because we only have 1 month left, and that way you could make a good budget for next year. But what I want to point out to you is that as I was doing all of this, I was horrified to discover in the middle of expenditures, right in the middle under operating rentals and leases, we have $10,828 listed for operating rentals and leases. And you remember on that budget thing that I sent you email, where it said at the bottom in red, the operating budgets and leases appears to be $8,200 and some odd dollars over budget? If anybody looked at it. Well, okay, when you look at it, the answer is that she put the Walnet payment to Waldo under operating rentals and leases because the Waldo, the Walnet was at the top of this page and they were just right together and, you know, in strips, and she just didn't see it. So when I go there with these vouchers tomorrow, I will tell her to move that out, okay? So when you see our budget documents, it will not be 35,000 for rentals and leases to date. It will be a lower number, like 27,000, okay? And I think that's the only oddball thing. Books are, oh no, books are for this month. Everything else is kind of normal.
We have a lot of percent used, over 100%.
That's because we never did our budget resolution.
Okay,
Because remember, I was gonna do
Right.
one and we never did it. So
Okay.
I have another one for tonight.
okay,
And the percents will be just perfect.
good, okay.
Okay. But this is just what came out of the auditor's office from our vouchers presented and paid in October. Okay?
This is because you have the whole thing, but do you have the our overall percentage?
Andrea's asking that the percentage is very low because it has all of that capital money in there. And the answer is I'm breaking it out in the budget work that I'm doing. You'll see it percentage-wise, but she just kept piling it in as if it were general fund. So as soon as we have a real budget,
Right.
I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna say, we need a separate department, just like we have a walnut department. We need it separate, it needs to be tracked separately, so on and so forth, because it's been very
Yeah,
difficult.
you can't see what the overall is
Of course you
with that in
can.
there.
No, this is a very
We have a
inadequate.
9% here and 377.
Well, but these aren't
Okay,
mine,
see it.
these
Yeah,
aren't
no,
my
I know.
books.
Yeah, I
Is
know.
this Susan you're gonna see?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And also what we're gonna do next year is we're going to track this stuff in the Excel file, the way I
With the
track the
details.
budget. And you'll see it when we get to the budget presentation.
Lovely.
Okay, it'll not be this presentation anymore, things will be transferred. And we'll also see if we can't get her to separate it out a little better too. So, there's no adoption or anything on that, it's just a report.
Review and signing of vouchers. Did you review the vouchers?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I reviewed and reviewed,
And what
and
do you think of the
they all
system?
look fine.
What do you think of doing that?
That system?
Yeah, of reviewing them so that they're looked at.
Well, I think it's fine. I mean, it means that everybody doesn't have to sit, you have to trust that the person that's doing it has a clue.
Yeah.
But
So you've got all these bills, is that what you're saying?
I did go through them on Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
She had just a couple that she didn't have hooked up yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Friday I
order,
went through
yeah.
all the bills.
You have the honor, I think, of making the motion
Oh.
and then passing it around for signature.
I move we pay vouchers
Letha, you dropped it.
number 608 to
Thank you.
681 in the amount of $203,494.90.
Second.
Okay, and I don't have that in front of me to repeat it. So motion's been made and seconded to approve the
You only
vouchers
have to sign the top sheet there.
in the 608 to 681 in the amount of 203,
Just sign the top
494.90.
sheet.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. We can pay our bills. Yay.
I'd like to point out in the vouchers that the books are a little bit higher than they will be in December and than they have been before for the month because all of the magazines were renewed for the year. And Jean has switched jobbers. EBSCO is offering us a really a bigger choice and better management. So she has switched from magazine, whatever it was. So all of those magazine subscriptions for the year for each branch were paid this month. Okay.
Okay, treasurer's financial statement?
Don't have it because it probably would have come in today, but it's a holiday, so,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Okay.
We asked them if they, for Park and Rec, if they would email it to us.
Well, he does email it, but he still doesn't email it out that fast.
Okay, so we're moving on to administrative reports.
You all received the staff reports that were written from the branches, and Amy sent a little article about the book club and technology report, and you may wish to hear from Amy about her whale trip. Yeah.
Yes. You want to
I
tell us?
I don't know what else to say.
What?
Say already. It was great. It was, I really appreciate the opportunity to go to the conference. It was a really,
What
it was
sorts
a
of,
good experience.
what sorts of programs were there? Just, top of your head.
Well, there were the ones that I went to, and then the only other one I can remember is there was a desk yoga. There's one that I really wanted to take, but ended up doing something else. But there was a story time showstoppers that seemed really interesting. There were a lot of really interesting sessions that I didn't get to go to, so it was a hard choice.
Yeah,
But I'm really happy with the ones that I went to.
she went with Jennifer Ryan, and they split up and did different things, and they'll share it with other staff members, so
Good.
we're very pleased that you were able to go.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
I could do it again sometime.
So do you have any questions on any of the staff reports or technology?
No, I liked seeing
Oh, the graphs.
your own
Okay.
little graphs.
Yeah.
The
graphs
I
were
didn't
interesting,
print them
yeah.
off, but I.
Well, I mean, only the last page is what Alice really asked for on the overdrive stats, but I'd never run them all, so I ran them all so you can see them for all the overdrive downloads.
Looks like they're getting quite a bit of action on those.
They haven't plateaued yet, yeah, they just keep going up.
This is what's downloading books on
Through
audiobooks.
the audiobooks and ebooks, total digital downloads.
That's from August,
Since we started August 2010 through last
October,
month.
yeah, so you can see in general.
the trend
I'll
is up.
share, I ran my copies if something, if
Oh,
you'd like to
nice.
pass them through the audience.
Did anybody write?
Well, and this week, Touchy and Burbank are gonna have e-reader programs, 6:30 on Wednesday at Touchy, 6:30 on Thursday at Burbank.
That's where the lady from the
6:30.
state library is
Yeah,
coming?
yeah.
Carolyn Peterson.
What time?
Take a look and pass
6:30
it on.
at each of,
And Thursday was Burbank?
yeah, Thursdays at Burbank, Wednesdays at Touchy.
Update on facilities development activities?
Okay, a lot of activity. There's been a lot of activity on trying to locate the facilities that we are planning or expanding in our small communities. We've been, of course, working with our architect, John Campbell. He's been helping us with the property and the designs and pricing and all of those kinds of things. We got a choking
I
dog
think
here.
I'm choking.
Let the record show that that's not the architect.
Are you sure?
John has been working diligently on drawings for Burbank, and Chris has given input, and I've been working very closely with John and Chris. And we have, this is not the absolute end of it, but I'm just gonna give this to you, and this is how it's coming out as soon as John finishes the good drawings and we have the square footage. We will move on into creating the bid documents and so on. It's pretty much ready to go. Burbank.
For Burbank.
Mm-hmm.
At least if this will help, I can, you can have it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's pretty darn close to what I'm passing around. They can take that one home, and this is, the public is welcome to look at that. Maybe, we can just pass it around. This is, an expansion of, 2,020 square feet on our Burbank Library. which is currently 3,600 square feet. And it expands, gives us a children's room, a community meeting room, a teen room, a quiet reading room, study rooms, an expanded staff area, and a place for administrative collection development person to work and to be able to store materials. So it's the, kind of the bookend to our districts. We're gonna have County Central here, and we have this wonderful Burbank Library out there. So we're the closest to getting that one kind of wrapped up.
And that drawing is just a draft, it's a process drawing, so it's not complete. We're continuing to tweak it and make it better.
Right, and if you'll look at mine on front and back, you'll see some, I took, it's just the progress, but the one that John was showing you, it has the study rooms in, and it doesn't have in the book drop and the friends area, so, you can just see that we're kind of just tweaking refinements now to make it absolutely, completely staff and user friendly. So, you'll see a final version before anything else happens. But I just want everybody to know that we're just moving right along and that this has been vetted all the way around. Josh has been involved, Anna's been involved, Chris has been involved. So we're really getting there.
And what is the existing right now? How many square feet?
The existing is 3,600 square feet.
3,600 square feet now.
And we're adding 2,020 or 2,200, one of the two. I mean, it's not that I don't know which way the number goes, but it's either one or.
It's in process.
So
So it's gonna be
5,000 square feet?
What?
It's gonna be 5,300 square feet.
It's gonna be
57.
5,600.
56 or 57.
It'll be 36 plus 20, plus 2,000.
Right here it says 5,700.
2081, well, then it's 3678 already, which is fine, which
Oh,
I
it's
didn't know.
3678.
I don't,
36.
no.
I'm
So,
worried about
yeah, with shelving and everything, we counted the shelves, we,
So it's an increase in shelving?
No,
No,
no.
the shelving stays.
in fact, we're getting rid of that one. It's in the way. And we've got adequate shelving because we've added a tier, double-sided tier there, and we've moved the teen in here. We've moved the children's, and
So it's more like more room for the people, but not more books?
exactly, exactly. That's exactly right.
More books aren't needed.
More books aren't needed. They're gonna have floating collections throughout the whole district. We don't need reference rooms anymore, so we just use those shelves now for media, that sort of thing. So,
Looks nice.
yeah, isn't that nifty? And you're welcome to, why don't we just run that around? If you have any questions of John or me or Chris, just don't hesitate to ask. I have a financing update here somewhere. I already handed out a little comparison. This does not include the comparison. Okay? You already saw the comparisons for Tucci and Prescott. And here we have this. I'm just going to hand this out. It's not definitive, but it's just to keep you apprised of how I'm, changing the numbers around according to decisions that we seem to be making. So, and this comes by way of a report. So nothing is fixed there except what you vote on. And then that becomes fixed.
So this is showing the increase in Burbank?
Yes, but you'll see we saved money on the Prescott shift. From, Prescott, when we were looking at the in-between space, it was at $719,950, and shifting to the other space, we increased the square footage by 884 feet, and we actually pick up $55,000. So that was a really, really, really good decision.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very good.
So that's why I keep this running total going, so you can see the changes in the square footage. Well, here, there, see? Add square
I see
footage
it.
to Burbank,
Yeah.
see? This was the original Burbank was 800, and by the time we finished doing what the people wanted us to do, you know, with all of the different forums, so on and so forth, and we came up with this beautiful design at another 1,200 on top of the 800, which is how you get 2,000.
Magic.
Ta-da!
It's just a
Yeah, it's just math. But really Burbank, we already existed, it was already a library, it had already been designed as a library, and we took what the people asked for, and I believe we did it. I believe we did it. You know? And the doors, you know, between the main part and the community room, they can be slid back and you can show movies at long distance or have a big reception or wedding or whatever.
Well, I don't know if there's any place in Burbank
To have a wedding.
to
No,
do.
I think it'd be a beautiful place for a wedding.
I don't
You
know
look
what
at your
it is
office,
there.
it's looking
And then
pretty
you-
good to go to the library.
Well, then you step right out on the terrace, you know?
Yeah.
I got a whole different picture of the library now. I'm going to dress a little.
Why not? We've had family reunions and, you know, recitals and retirement parties. It's quite wonderful. Becomes a real community place. So
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with it, and I want to thank John for his unfailing willingness to change a foot here and 3 inches there.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
I have just one question on that teen area. Are those windows?
Yes.
Yeah, they're windows. And Jackie, I'm not sure which version you're looking at, but what we're doing is we're putting computer ledges against the window so that the staff can keep an eye on the screens. And we're putting their books in there, and they're gonna have some easy chairs, and they're gonna have a desk, and they're gonna have their books.
This
And-
one doesn't show, the computer ledges are facing the wrong direction.
Exactly.
So they need to get flipped across the room.
Yeah.
So,
And then it'll be a half wall with all glass, so that the noise will be contained, but we can see what they're up to.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was wondering, with visibility
You better
into the
believe it.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a door with a solid wall that closes.
Not a chance.
Well, I can't imagine what would happen behind that door.
You can't imagine, huh? I got middle school for
So you've got the financing, and this financing thing is going to change. It's obviously in Excel, and every time we get an idea, you know, I'll just, so you can throw it away or keep it as you please. You've already seen it once anyway.
So the date here says July 10th, should it now be November 12th?
Oh,
So we know that's,
yeah, I
As
just
a-
call them A, B, C, D, E, E-1, E-7. But sure, go ahead and change the date. But that's not definitive anyway, it's just illustrative.
no, but if I pick it up and I know it's the
You're
one we
right,
got.
you're right. You're absolutely right. I have spoken about Prescott publicly. Everybody should know that the property we were looking at on the corner of D and 2nd was surplused by the school district and given over to a realtor. And then it was listed for sale, and we had asked the school district if they had property, and they did in fact surplus it. They evaluated their property and decided they'd surplus it because we were interested, and they followed the law by giving it to the realtor, and we followed the law by applying to the realtor and put in an offer. And it's a wonderful piece of property. We have a tentative drawing, which I also will share. Do not take this home and post it on the wall or put it in the newspaper or anything else.
This is Prescott.
It says Prescott. Because it wouldn't be fair to have people, in fact, I think I'll,
Don't
just,
pass it out.
You don't need to pass.
Don't pass it out.
why not?
Well, one piece, and we could just go around the room and come back, yeah.
Well, this was for the board,
Oh, yeah.
and then,
Oh.
and then the people over here can look
Yeah.
at it. But this is just gives you an idea of the potential of this
Yeah, right.
property in Prescott. It's very nice. And it's been, it's pretty much been priced out, so.
What's the square footage on it?
Now, how big will that one be?
28,
84.
26,
24, I think.
24, 24, yeah.
So that should last for a
I'm
while.
looking at this little thing right here.
Well,
Well,
it's-
there's 2,900 out there now.
And then will, Lisa, will it be,
2884?
is there enough property that you
After
can
we-
add on to it?
Are you talking right
You know,
now?
Absolutely,
Years
Jean,
down the road.
absolutely. It's a fine piece of property.
Oh,
But there's an existing
Little
building.
tiny number.
Yes, which we'll use.
Oh.
Which we'll use.
Yeah.
Yeah, the existing building is designed right into it. So I don't know if it's gonna look just like this or just like something else, but the building that is there will be the heart of what we're doing.
Is that dotted line, the building that's there, John?
Yeah, I
Yes.
believe it is. If,
Yes.
I mean, as long as we're looking at this property, we put an offer on this property, and there's no secrets as to the kinds of things we're trying to do. But you have to understand, this is not definitive, it's just inspirational. Okay? That we're still in administrative reports.
Yeah.
In Tushy, we're looking at a couple of properties. We have not settled on anything at this time. We're still evaluating the options. And there are some good options, but nothing is completed at this time. So that is just an update for the board on what's going on in Tushy. The County Central Library in the suburban Walla Walla area, we are still looking at variety of properties and have made no decisions or offers at this time. And that's it for the administrative report on the facilities development activities.
Good job. Lots going on.
There's lots going on.
I noticed next on our agenda is correspondence. I haven't received anything.
I received an email from Beth Hudson telling us the numbers of cards they sold last year, and it was a few over 1,000. I couldn't find the email today when I was looking for it, but it was 827 adults and 237 or so children, and it didn't specify whether they were from the rural library district or whether they might have been from Dayton or Milton Free Water or whatever. There's no way of knowing, or College Place, so. But that was just a piece of correspondence that I received. And then,
For last year, just, or?
for
that's-
2012.
Okay.
2012. And then, there was a resolution that came from the city of Prescott. And they did it in early October, but it wasn't mailed to me until October the 16th, which was a couple days after our meeting. So that had been a piece of correspondence that I hadn't actually reported on. And danged if I can find it. But,
Tell us what it's
uh,
just tell us.
well, just, I know I have it here. It's just a resolution that reaffirms their support of the rural library district and the good job that it's doing, and a special accolades to you for representing their area, Patsy Adams Warnock.
Must you be these people?
And we billed them, I never knew, being my first full year here, I never knew how it was the money came in, and I just kept watching and watching and watching. It didn't come in, so I finally found some clues and sent them a letter requesting it, and they had a check in the return mail, so.
Great.
So I guess that's how it's done. I guess that's how it's done, after 35 years, we just send a bill.
They
Anyway,
pay equal to what the rest of the county pays.
exactly so. The city of Prescott cuts a check from its city coffers for their, exactly what the other county residents pay on their property taxes. They do not tax their residents, but they pay the equivalent amount from their city tax collections, tax revenues. And they've been doing it since 1975, maybe. Mhm.
That's about $5,000 a year, right?
It's up to 6,000 now. Mhm. Yeah, but that's right, Jackie, that's exactly right.
Okay, that's all for correspondence?
Okay,
Yeah?
that's all I have.
Okay, unfinished business, any action necessitated by executive session, we took no action, so there's nothing needed there.
Right.
Preliminary draft budget review.
Okay, I have a lot of budget material.
This is the best.
Now, I've got 3 different budget pieces. One of them is a budget closeout, and that's the one I emailed to you last Friday or so. I don't know when. We have a budget closeout. Based on the budget closeout is a budget resolution to get everything in line with our history. And then the third thing is a preliminary draft budget for next year. Okay? The only thing I didn't get done, and I didn't forget, was Andrew's request to project the staff 5 years into the future. I simply ran out of time. But this is merely preliminary, although it would be nice to post it so that the public can begin to see the preliminary budget. Then, we'll have one more budget work session probably to refine it, to refine the preliminary, and come up with, all the work that you want to do for a final, and then the final will be adopted in December. Okay? And I brought these documents as up to date as I possibly can, based on the October expenditures, the November vouchers, and the average expenditures, or the explicit expenditures that I anticipate in December. So the budget resolution to revise the budget includes the anticipated December expense. And it's based on this projection. This one here, this really dense one. And then this one is next year's budget, preliminary budget recommendation. So I'm going to want a vote, if possible, on this resolution to revise the 2012 budget as of November 12, 2012.
And that's this vertical.
That's correct. This is the one, this is similar to the one I brought in September, but we were off by $25,000 because it was all mixed up in those uncategorized and non-categorized and so on and so forth. And I'm glad Andrea stopped me cold in my tracks, because we then revisited it. She and I worked on the budget some, and it was better to get closer to the end of the year anyway. But I had to start early in the year because I couldn't tell from the budget we had whether we were gonna make it or not. And frankly, we just made it. We just made it because there's been a huge amount of money spent this year on, we had another contract with the city. We had Ruth, we had me,
Susan?
Susan.
John.
Well, no, John's in a special category.
He only gets what's left.
No, he's over in the capital jungle there.
Yeah.
We've had attorneys,
Yeah, we had legal expenses.
we've
Legal
had,
expenses.
we've had PR expenses, we've had appraisal expenses, and so on and so on. And the pink over here, I have outlined for you what those oddball expenses were. You can see on the far right the little pink flags, okay? This will be posted. I think we'll post the budget closeout, and I think we'll post the preliminary budget so people can see it online. It would be nice for people to be able to look it over.
So I've looked at this till my eyes are crossed.
Yes.
And I move that we approve
Why,
this.
bless your heart, is it possible to mix church and state?
I moved, people.
I seconded
All of them, Andrea, or one of the?
No, not this one.
the resolution.
Just
The resolution.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Just
The
to revise the budget.
Revised, the revised,
The resolution
That's
revised
right. That's the one,
2012
good.
budget.
okay. Yeah, no, we're not adopting it.
No, I'm not there yet, but
No.
I'm on this one.
Lovely.
Patsy seconded.
I said,
Motion's been-
numbers.
Yeah,
Yes.
Patsy's, motion's been made and seconded to approve the resolution to revise 2012 budget, 11/12/2012. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion passed.
Okay,
Yay. So we'll take that to the county now, huh?
I have one for you to sign.
Should I just do this one?
Might as well, it's the same as this one. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then send it this way. This is,
There's nothing needs done on this one.
not at
No,
all.
this is just the
Not at all,
breakdowns.
not at
Okay.
all.
So
This,
put that
this,
away. We're
this,
done. We're done.
this, this one shows you how we
Got
got
to that one.
to this.
Yeah.
But what about this one?
That
Oh, we
is
haven't
taxes,
gotten there
don't
yet.
vote on it.
Okay, this is the background for
You're
this.
leaving,
I have to leave.
so we need to
I have
get her
leave,
signature on this,
so,
let's do this one.
Well, she got, I thought you said 6:30.
Yeah, I do. but
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Well, we're getting there.
Okay.
Just watch it, remember.
We're getting there.
Andrea on something, get out of the way.
Sign it and move on.
There is this, I don't know if you want to discuss or if you just want to take it home with you, but it's something that I would like to post as a preliminary. We can do anything we want to, we don't have to adopt it until December. We can even have a special meeting in late December if you want, but it's all there.
Have you actually received the loan?
No,
No, this is,
Oh, because it's up there at the top.
why not? I mean, you know, if we don't get it, we don't spend it. That's budgeting for you.
that's the Fish and Wildlife miscellaneous.
We
We get a little bit of money
every
every
year.
year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because little tiny bits,
because of the,
yeah. I do mean little tiny, yeah.
and you never know when it's coming.
Or what it's for.
Okay, so we'll be looking at those, that you wanted to post them, I don't think they probably, you said online?
Yeah, it's all preliminary, and unless somebody objects, is basically what I'm saying. Does anybody
No,
object?
nothing to hide, go for it.
Right, this is work in progress, and you now have it in hand.
Proposal.
As long as
And,
it says draft, go for it. Yep.
right, can you put draft on it when you stick it off? Okay, good. Because I have to do that projection, I have to do some refining, and,
It's fine, just print draft and it can be on there.
okay, very good.
You have to go potty.
I don't know,
You need a big pen.
I don't think so. Very good, very good. That's a lot of Excel.
Okay.
Then, see there, Patsy, we're on to new business.
New business, so certification of
And I
2013
apologize for
levy.
having to rush out here.
This guy right here.
Okay.
We're getting there.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. It's all right, you can be done with that.
So,
This is
which
standard.
side are we on, the ordinance or the levy?
You're on the ordinance side. You have to, oh. Where are we?
Yeah,
We're asking
Right, we're doing the certification.
the 1% of
Okay.
previous year.
John, would you take her out, please? She could either need to go or she might be obnoxious.
Little crisis problem here.
Probably.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I kind of went over this before, but I'm gonna go over it again. I have originals for you to sign, well, for everybody to sign, so don't sign those. I have the original right here. What we have here is the resolution which you need to pass tonight because I have to certify the levy before the end of November, which is this month. And it has to be done at an official board meeting, so tonight's the night. And what, that 1,099,300 is the actual levy amount from last year. This number was given to me by the assessor office. And then I was given this piece of paper and told to fill it out. So the 1% increase over the 1,099,300 is 1,0993. So that's our 1%. Then, when it comes to actually, this is all that's on this page. Your
Do we have to put some kind of an identification number up here?
oh,
Yeah.
you can.
Well,
Well,
you do the date today,
yeah, just do today's date.
so
Okay.
it's 11.
Yeah, but that'll be on the original,
11,
okay? That'll be on the original. Okay, now let me continue to explain this. I know you've done it before, because you live here and I don't, but, so these are the numbers that are based on what the assessor, told us to do on this resolution. This is the resolution we passed. It's whereas,
Success, okay.
okay?
Success.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It says, whereas the Board of Trustees of the Walla County Rural Library District has met and considered its budget for the calendar year 2013. And whereas the district's actual levy amount from the previous year was $1,099,300. And whereas the population of this district is more than 10,000, we had to check that. And now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the taxing district that an increase in the regular property tax levy is hereby authorized for the levy to be collected in the 2013 tax year. The dollar amount of the increase over the actual levy amount from the previous year shall be $10,993, which is a percentage increase of 1% from the previous year. This increase is exclusive of additional revenue resulting from new construction, improvements to property, newly constructed wind turbines, any increase in the value of state assessed property, any annexations that have occurred, and refunds made. Okay, now, on the back, you will see the levy certification. And the levy certification, the regular levy is listed at $1,121,727. That is a combination of the 1,099,300, the 10,993, and 8,900 and some from new construction, plus a fudge factor. They say everybody puts in a fudge factor. Sometimes they do 10, 15, 20, 30, 40,000. In the past, it looks like we've done 2,000, and that's what we've got in there this year. I said, what, you do that because if it comes in like $100 over, you can't collect it if you haven't asked for it.
Okay.
Okay, so, but we don't want to do too much because we want it to be realistic.
Right.
So basically, on the back, the levy certification, which will be done by the end of the month, just lists the regular levy, and then the refund levy, it's the first time they've ever done this. And we get to add that on, so we'll be receiving that amount of money in addition to the regular levy. The excess levy has to do with special bonds and things like that, we have none. Okay? So you need to adopt the resolution to, let's give it a number.
11, 12, 12.
11, 12, 12.
What is it, today the 12th?
Yes.
11, 12, 12, okay.
11, 12, 12.
And somebody wants
don't
to
know.
make a motion? And to,
You want it, Carol?
I move that we approve ordinance resolution number 11, 12, 12
regarding,
regarding the,
be it resolved,
be it resolved by the governing body of the taxing district that increase in the regular property tax levy by 1% for 2013, in the amount of $10,993,
Do the
Let's
back
see.
amount, because that's the total we're asking.
plus the regular levy would total $1,121,727.
and the
And the
refund
refund
levy.
levy would be $987.19.
Correct,
Second.
thank you. And you all need to sign it.
All those in favor of ordinance resolution number 11, 12, 12, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.
So it's a collection year, not the year of the tax.
Yeah, now we've got 5 minutes to do the,
Purchase of Prescott
that's
property.
right. And I would add, they also need a statement of the authorized signator for the property. It can be the chair, it can be the vice chair, it can be your interim executive director, who will be long gone by the time you know, but you need to not, if, you need to make a motion, if you wish, to purchase the property, name the price, and name the authorized signator to complete the deal.
Okay,
Could you write that out for us?
85, but I think I'm gonna do it the second.
She was the signator,
Yes.
so I'm gonna move it. Sorry, but,
No problem.
okay.
Go for it.
I move that we purchase the Prescott property on the corner of
D and second.
D and Second for the amount of $85,000
And no sense.
and no cents.
That's right.
Oh, right, 104 West First Street, Prescott, that's better. The purchase price of $85,000, and what else did you say needed to be, with a signature of Carol Peterson.
Very good.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded for
To purchase.
us to purchase
Here's the
the
address.
property
104.
in Prescott at 104 West First Street at the price of $85,000 with Carol Peterson being the signature. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same? Good.
Congratulations.
So
Well, see, Patsy, we got it done.
Estimating costs and
Yeah.
drawing pictures.
Now I'm
Yeah,
going to
it's gonna
go
be
and
awesome.
try and hope that, I mean, at least we think we passed our swimming pool, so
Oh,
we hope it's a
yay.
celebratory.
and a library?
Yeah.
Good, Preston's doing well.
Well, you know you're gonna have
If I promise not to share this, can I keep it?
If you promise not,
Never,
not
never,
to
never
share. That's right.
Just us two.
Build it with your nose.
Would you like one later?
That's the right one, John.
Okay,
It's got the,
yeah, it is.
I know,
Just-
I
I mean,
know.
if you're not comfortable, I'll
latest.
give it back.
No, it's fine.
Well, I know
Just the
because of
latest.
where the,
I just didn't want it to be something that I didn't want to do, so. We didn't want to do.
I will not do that.
Well, you'll get some ideas.
We
from
adjourn?
that.
Well, just about.
Next meeting is,
Could I just ask what's happened with Vista Hermosa? 'Cause-
You want me to answer that? What do you mean, what's happening?
Well, I mean, because there was a big to-do this summer about them wanting their space back, and then you were good, John drew some pictures too.
Good question, good
And I haven't
question.
heard anything about it for about 2 months, so I was
Yeah,
just
well, we
curious.
did report it at a meeting, but it's a very simple report. It's a beautiful job, and someday they'll probably do it. They wanted the space for kindergarten, they decided to leave things as it is right now.
Oh, okay.
And so we're sitting on the drawings, and they're sitting on their property. And nothing's happening at this time.
Okay, all right, yeah, because it was such a close time frame in terms of school
Well, it was
starting
quite-
and everything else.
It was
I mean,
terrible, it
yeah.
was terrible. And I really
As soon
think
as
that was
we-
a lot of why it was put on the back burner.
Yeah.
But we wanted to respond so that they would know that we had options. But we weren't gonna move into a closet.
Yeah,
Are you the
well, and I know
director of
Johnny
levy
came up with some
certification?
drawings and
I
some
don't know.
configurations and stuff for it out there, but
Yeah.
Is there more to do on this, because there's this name, title, signature, is that Carol's signature or who's?
That's right, I'm going to write it down here and then she can sign it before she goes. And
No, that was a copy, I don't know what we're.
I'm not sure, is there anything for the good of the order? Is that,
Not that I know of. Pardon, the next meeting, yeah, we have a schedule for December 10th, and I guess we are adjourned.
you guys don't.
When, December what is the next?
December 10th.